I was that kid. You know, I was the kid diagnosed with Crohn's at 16 years old and didn't know what that entailed. You know, am I going to be able to play basketball? Am I going to be able to go to school? Am I going to be able to have a regular life?
I was home for the summer from camp, changing medications, and I was watching the Olympics. And there was a swimmer, Kathleen Baker, who hopped out of the pool after she won a gold and silver medal that day and thanked her doctors for helping her overcome her challenges with Crohn's disease. So that inspired me to say, wow, there's a professional athlete who I'm watching on TV with the same disease that I have. And so I went to the internet, I looked up professional athletes with Crohn's disease. Didn't find many names I recognized, but I recognized Larry's name from NBA 2K. So I decided to reach out to him on Instagram. I sent him a direct message telling him my story, saying you're an inspiration to everybody, and thank you for doing what you're doing.
Get all these Instagram DMs from you know, these guys, oh, I love your dunk, all this stuff, you know, I love the way you play, go Lakers, go Cavs, stuff like that. But the ones that really stick out to me are, hey, I have Crohn's, or hey, my brother or sister, somebody I know has Crohn's, a word of advice. And that was Noah. He sent a DM and just like, hey, I was just diagnosed with Crohn's, you know, I was looking to maybe get to meet you or even just talk about how you're doing and if you're okay, you know, see what lies ahead for me.
My mom had told me that the orthodontist was going to call me to confirm my appointment for tomorrow. And then I got a phone call from like some random number, Wyoming or something like that. And my mom said, pick up, it's the orthodontist.
Hey, Noah, this is Larry Nance.
Hi. Oh my.
You there?
Yeah.
Turn the volume up.
There I hear, hey Noah, it's Larry Nance from Los Angeles Lakers at the time. I heard you wanted to talk to me, and my jaw dropped and I was like, oh, hi.
And I was just gonna say that I have a lot of respect for you as having Crohn's and being in the NBA. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My mom says after that first phone call, I mean, I was a totally different person. Just being able to connect with someone who's gone through the same thing as you made me realize like I could do what I want. I could live a normal life as a teenager.
After that, I had to fly and go play games elsewhere, and him and his dad kind of hatched this idea of Athletes vs. Crohn's.
I think I was in the shower just like, wow, how could I take someone with such a big platform and try and do good in the Crohn's and colitis world where no one really has taken charge of that yet. So I thought of this idea, Athletes vs. Crohn's and colitis.
So we came back a couple weeks later and played the Knicks, and you know, Noah hit me again and was like, hey, you want to go to lunch? Sure, why not? And that's when they presented this idea of, you know, you said you wanted to get involved, we do too. How about we partner in this thing?
At first he was saying, look, I am all in, this is exactly what I want to do, but this is you, I didn't do any of this. And I said, no, like I definitely want to co-found this with you. It wouldn't be here, this idea wouldn't be there without you. So then we took it on together, and that's how Athletes vs. Crohn's and Colitis came to be.
If he stands on his tiptoes and I bend down, we're close.
Getting there, one day.
The friendship is a good thing. Don't worry about the height.
Good to see you.
Give me a big smile.
My name is Dave Rothenberg. I'm with ESPN Radio. I want to welcome you to the first ever Athletes vs. Crohn's and Colitis event. We're thrilled and appreciate each and every one of you for coming out.
You know, my story is very similar to Noah's. I went on Google immediately and found anybody I could that I had heard of that had Crohn's disease. I had found a quarterback for the Jaguars. Some of you may remember David Garrard. Yeah. To this day, he's my hero. He had Crohn's disease, played in the NFL for countless years, was a starting quarterback, and you know, I got to play with Kobe Bryant his final year. I got to go to the finals with one of my childhood heroes, LeBron James. But one of the coolest things and best experiences I've gotten to do was my rookie year. I got to go to dinner with David and his family.
The job that Larry is doing with Noah and the model that he is for all these kids. You know, I mean, I just told him, you know, hey, always remember that someone is looking up to you.
He changed my life. David Garrard changed his life. So I wanted to try and find a way that we could just have so many kids be personally touched by him, which by having him co-found this organization with me, being able to reach out to all these kids was definitely a good way for him to get involved with the Crohn's and colitis community.
No, this is not just a one-time thing, you know, pop in, say hello, make his day, and leave. No, this is, he's got my phone number, I've got his, we play video games together.
Oh my God, you're so Look at you walking through the door.
Yeah, I can't because there's all this building. I don't know how to switch to my pickaxe.
Please. Left a little bit.
Oh. Look at that, Kobe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good shots.
Tagging him.
He is. He really is. He's a big kid, and you know, you never want him to change that, no matter how old he gets. You want him to be able to interact with kids because they look up to him so much. You know, make them have a great day when they're having a bad day, and that's a powerful thing to be able to carry on your shoulders. But I think Larry carried it well, and I think he will, you know, hopefully continue to do stuff like this, and it makes him feel good too, because that's what life's all about.
And out of all this cool stuff in my room, definitely my favorite thing is the Larry signed shoes. After the first time I met him, he promised me a pair of shoes, and he definitely fulfilled that promise the next time I saw him. So these are definitely my favorite thing in the room. This is the biggest thing in my room. It's kind of, I went online, found this website that you can make, like, I forget what they're called, but like a mural, a big poster of Larry. I split it into 3 of him dunking on David West. And yeah, when he came in for our first tournament, I had him sign it for me, so. Crohn's or no Crohn's, what he does up there is pretty incredible. I mean, you don't see many players in the league throw down like he does. I started on something called Remicade that Larry's on now. I had an anaphylactic reaction to it, an allergic reaction, so obviously couldn't take that again. Moved on to some steroids, which weren't fun, obviously. Went through a bunch of different pills, then to something called Humira, which is the most painful injection I could ever imagine, every Friday night. So I would just dread having to get that injection. To then I moved on to something called Stellara, which I'm on now, which has been great, knock on wood.
You know, for me, I, knock on wood, have had a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but my road's been okay thus far. And whereas Noah, he's seen it all. You know, he's had surgery, he's had different kind of medications. So between the two of us, we kind of cover the broad spectrum of Crohn's and colitis. So I think anybody that we talk to, anybody that meets us, anybody that comes to our events, we can relate to.
How Larry impacted me, he changed my life around, so being able to just have a little piece of that for other kids, to get our names out there, to be able to inspire these younger kids to be able to play sports and do what they want, it means a lot to me, and definitely to Larry, because we both know how much having a mentor meant to us.
He's my David, what was his name?
David Garrard.
He's my David Garrard.
When I was diagnosed, I mean, just like getting back into sports was hard. Changing medications, not growing. I didn't have energy. Like, to see someone now dunk and do it at the highest level and dunk over the best players in the NBA, it's very inspiring for me and for everyone with Crohn's. It's crazy.